Hey, what's going on, guys? Got another knife review for you today. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 new Ozark Trail / Walmart knives that just came out a couple days ago. So let's just jump right into it. It's our first knife. They call it the Everyday Carry, which in my opinion is a very dumb name, because this knife is not any more suited than any other of their knives for EDC. This is a knife, and it is a very similar blade to a knife that we have seen before from their line, called the titanium coated clip knife. Not quite identical, as you can see. The Everyday Carries is a little bit thinner, but it's still fairly similar. It came pretty tight. I had to loosen it up some, and it's still pretty tight, but I suspect that will just be worn in. The scales on it are really nice, though. I don't know what they're made out of, because it's Walmart and they don't tell you everything, but it's like a rough, it's hard to describe, but it's a really nice handle material in my opinion, and I think they did good with that. They also have a flipper on it and a liner lock with some holes in it, maybe to lighten it, maybe just to look good. I don't know. No jimping. It is a flow-through design, and it has, in my opinion, one of their not-so-great pocket clips. So it's my least favorite out of these 3. Next we have my second favorite. This is, in my opinion, a nice knife for $3, or $4 almost. Also has a flipper. This, I believe they call it their wood clip knife, if I'm saying that correctly. They say it's titanium coated, the blade, but I'm sure it's not, because, I mean, it's a almost $4 knife. They're probably not going to get that, but it could be something like that. I don't know. I haven't tested these knives a ton, so I have done like minimal testing on them. This one, in my opinion, came the sharpest out of these 3. I really like the scales on this one too. They look like wood, probably something like oak or pine, but they feel very plasticky. I don't know if that's because of like shellac or something that they put on it to make it more like this, or if it's just actually plastic. I don't know, but it does have a really nice clip on it in my opinion. It's much thicker. It doesn't have a line in between it that separates it, so it would last longer most likely. Once again, flow-through design. Has a liner lock, or a frame lock. Yeah, liner lock. It has 2 thumb studs. You can get a good deployment on. I did have to loosen this one up some too, but it is one of the looser ones now. You can flip it with a flipper, but it is a very small flipper. There we go. It is a very small flipper, but you still can get, here, I'll show you in comparison to, let's say, the tan flippers. See the difference? Here, let me line it up. If my camera wasn't out of focus. But can you see a difference there? One is a very stubby flipper, has a much longer flipper. So you're able to get a good push off of it. You can maybe get it to half, occasionally quarter way deployed. And it's a pretty smooth knife, so you can just flick it with your wrist a little bit and it can pop out. But with this one, you deploy it really well. You can't get much further than that. So you do have to flip it with your wrist, or just use the thumb stud. It has a fine edge as opposed to this one. This one was half serrated, so combo blade. It has an ambidextrous thumb stud, as do all these 3 knives. I like the blade design on it a lot. I think this is my second favorite out of these, and I think it's a decent knife for $3. So yeah, go pick one up, definitely. Alright, next we have my favorite out of their line, and this is just called their clip knife, but I think they did good things with this. So one, it has aluminum handle scales. This is their first knife to have aluminum handle scales. It also comes in 2 different colors. You can get this with like this turquoise, blue, green color scales, which is the one I liked, or you can get it in like a bright pink. It comes, and they say just stainless steel. Oh, it's probably some type of 440, as are all of these. Ambidextrous thumb stud. No flipper, but this one came the smoothest. And I'm very impressed with this knife. The ergonomics on it are pretty great. It has the lanyard hole, which is nice in case I want to put a lanyard in it. It has a fair amount of jimping on the back here. You have it on the scales and then on the blade as well. You have a slight thumb rip here so you can get a really good grip on it. Now once again, these are $3 knives, so they're probably not going to hold up that much. But in the meantime, if you want to use it for like a beater knife for cutting your tape or something, I would definitely recommend it. This is a pretty good knife. I'm going to, of course, do more testing on all three of these, maybe get back to you about that in one of my EDC updates. But it's got liner lock, once again flow through design. This is the one that does not have a coating on it. They say it's titanium coating for the other ones. This one is just all glossed up and shiny with my fingerprints. Ambidextrous thumb stud. This is the thickest out of all their blades as well, out of these three. One last thing I didn't check with these knives is blade play. No blade play whatsoever. Either direction, up, down. Nothing. Same with this one. No play at all. I'll leave them open for you to see. And last but not least, this one, no play. So that is the thing that stepped up a fair amount since last time. And in my opinion, this blue one right here, it is my favorite out of all the knives that they have ever made. I even like it better than the tan flipper. I don't know if you guys will agree with me about that, but make sure to say so in the comments. But they are both equally good quality, but in my opinion, just, I don't know, the aluminum scales, I like them better. So, I like it better than the tan flipper. I think they did the best job on this knife. But let me know in the comments what you think. Also, what you think of this new setup. This is my second video with the setup. Tell me if you think it's good, if I should change back or what. Alright, but these are the 3 new Walmart knives. Hope this was informative to you guys, and I'll see you next time.